Plaintiff Robin Garth dated the defendant, and they have 2 children despite the fact that the defendant said he couldn't have kids. Robin claims the defendant became physically abusive, and she was forced to call the police on him after he assaulted her. Robin's suing him today for a truck and emotional distress. Defendant Eric Matthews says Robin is a liar who had him falsely arrested. Eric claims Robin stole all of his clothes and money on Easter Sunday, so he's countersuing for the stolen property and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I recently moved to Springfield, Missouri about 3 years ago to get a new start on life, get away from a lot of the drama, especially with Eric.
All right.
I moved to Springfield. I decided that I'm going to take my 2 boys. He was in jail, and then I was going to get a new start on life. So I graduated with my associate's degree last week on Thursday, and I also
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then I also got accepted to Missouri State University. I'm going to school to be a CPA, and my minor is going to be human resource management. Thank you.
Let's see what you have. Congratulations. That's all you needed to see,
Yes,
right?
all I needed to see.
I know when I got those letters, admission to undergrad, law school, and particularly that state bar.
I always have those letters that says, "We regret."
That's right. we regret to inform you. That's right.
And then I had it highlighted in there. I'm an associate's degree, my associate's of art and business. So you got to kind of, I can find it for you. I'm sorry, I'll find it for you.
I'm proud of you. I want to see it.
Okay. And they don't have it on here, but I'm honored. I have a 3.6 GPA as of now. Wow. So I worked really hard for it. Yeah. Thank you.
You have 2 kids. Are you raising the 2 children alone?
Well, I shouldn't be raising them alone, but we have 2 boys. Me and Eric have been on and off for the last almost 10 years, and these are 2 beautiful boys.
Let's see them.
That he told me that, and when we first got together, that he couldn't have kids. And as you see, we have 2 kids. Had the first one the day after my 29th birthday. Anyways.
And when was the last time he was in the household helping to raise them?
Well, he got arrested. He's been arrested on and off since we've been together. He got out of jail in 2015. I think he's been in maybe 3 or 4 times, and I've got proof of his arrest record.
Arrest for what? What are all these for?
He's been arrested for possession of drugs. He's been arrested for stealing a motor vehicle. He's been arrested.
Crack?
That's his,
Crack.
And, so this
Is that true, sir?
Yes, it is.
You recovering from it?
No, sir, not a user.
You're not recovering. You're still a crackhead?
I'm not a user. Nothing in that paperwork says I'm a user.
No. Yeah, so I let him come down or whatever because he was supposed to help out with the boy.
How many of these were you convicted of?
2.
Burglary?
Actually, I was only convicted because I was a passenger in a stolen car. I didn't steal anything. I was a passenger.
You were a pastor. Well, you got a lot of preachers who do
right?
Yeah.
I understand that. Wrong place at the wrong time. Things happen. But I was a pastor.
Where were you ordained?
Oh, ordained? I ain't a
You
preacher.
say you were a pastor?
I didn't say that. I was a passenger
Oh.
in a stolen motor.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say pastor.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that Missouri accent. All right. That's that Missouri accent. My fault. All right.
Right. I wasn't supposed to be charged with a stolen car because I was a passenger.
How about this burglary?
Burglary? That's an attempted burglary. A guy I was with
Were you
told me-
convicted?
Huh?
Were you convicted?
Yes. Only because I allowed that to happen. I didn't want to keep going back and forth from Springfield to St. Louis.
So you just said, I'll just go to prison. Save myself some transportation expenses.
I accepted probation.
That's a new twist on not being able to afford transportation.
But I could have won that, but it was just too much.
Come on,
back
man.
and forth
Come on.
It was too much. It was too much.
See, even if you're not on crack, those some crackish answers you just gave me. And were you in and out of jail? She
Yes.
said you were in and out of jail.
Yes.
Why did you come out?
Why did I come out of jail?
Yeah, if you didn't want to keep driving back and forth, you should just stayed there.
Why is that? I have to be released at some point.
Well, not really. Do something wrong in there and they'll keep you
Oh, no.
That's all you gotta do. 'Cause I don't buy that, sir. How many years off and on? Months off and on?
I would say off and on, it's been a total of about 4 years. So in October of last year, be quiet. October of last year, he decided that he wanted to start jumping on me or whatever. So I went ahead and I called the police because he wouldn't let me in my house. Long story short, when I called the police, the dispatcher heard him grab my cell phone out my hand. The police came and I've got proof of that. He was so irate, they went ahead and locked him up for 24 hours.
That's not true.
And I went and got an export on him, okay?
Let's see it.
So he then got released, and when he got released, his mother comes to the rescue, and that's what one of the issues are. He doesn't have to work, he doesn't have to do anything. She will do everything, pay cell phone bills, let him drive her car. He's never been responsible, you know, and it's just overbearing.
Sir, you give me some background.
I give you background. Everything she's saying is false. It's false. She brings up things from the past because things not going right. Anytime something not going right with her, she want to be childish and blame it on me. Nothing she says is true.
I just graduated.
She wanted me, that's fine,
Well, it ain't
but
going
she
right for
wanted
me.
me to get out the residence because I wasn't doing something she wanted me to do.
What's
I don't
that?
know.
Not working.
I don't know if I'm
Not no money.
That's not true. The reason why I wasn't working because I was shot and I was sent to prison for something that I did not do.
For being shot?
For being shot, basically for being shot. I didn't know that she was gonna say all this. Or I
What
would've
they
brought
charge
proof.
you with being shot? I don't see that charge.
They charged me with getting
I don't
arrested.
see the charge being for
They
being
charged me
shot.
with getting arrested. They charged me
They
with
charge
getting
you
arrested.
for getting arrested.
Exactly.
That's
Yes,
one act in and of itself.
They did. It's #1 laws. You're
Sir?
not supposed to come in contact with law enforcement. #1 laws. That's a violation, and I was violated.
Sir, give me
order
your
to
work.
get
Give me your
disability.
work history, sir.
I had plenty of jobs.
All right. Give me.
I
Where
didn't know
where
I
did you
needed
work
to
in
bring work
2000?
history
Where did you
files.
work in 2015?
2015,
Yeah.
I was working for a temp service.
2014.
2014, I was working.
Where?
I was working for a temp service. In
2013.
2013, I was working for a temp service too.
All right. Have you had a permanent job?
Yes, I have.
What years?
All them years.
No, you just said 13, 14, and
11,
15.
12, 13,
Sir,
14.
you coming
The only
across
time
like a
that I
crackhead.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to sound more and more like a crackhead, sir. Trying to give you the benefit.
She got all her
Tell me
nice
about
little
your-
paperwork,
that's
and
enough.
fine.
Why are you suing for a truck in emotional distress?
I bought the truck. What happened was his cousin had a truck. The cousin went to jail. The aunt called and said, hey, I don't have the money to get the truck out of tow. So I paid for the truck. The arrangement was she had 30 days to give me the money back for the truck. If she didn't within that 30 days, then I would get sell the truck. When I moved about a week and a half after that, because we got into it, we just weren't getting along. So I moved with my cousin. So I have proof of that, okay? Well, during that time, he sold the truck and didn't give me any money. So then a month later comes, I go to get the truck, and he's like, oh, I already sold it. So I see his friend Termite driving the truck, and I'm like, Termite, how much Eric sell you the truck?
Termite.
Termite, that's his nickname. How much he sell you the truck for? He like $2,500. And I'm like, Eric, you sold the truck for $2,500, didn't give me nothing. I paid the $500, I paid the
not
$2,500. He didn't give me anything for it. My cousin is a witness. I have a statement from my cousin. My brother is here. I also have a witness statement from my other cousin that heard the whole altercation
Let's see
happen.
those statements and the
Yes, sir.
and the emotional distress.
And the emotional distress is because he stalks me. He just calls me, talks bad to me. I've got a voicemail of it. He goes around and makes things up, and he's just distraught because he don't have his life together and don't want to get it together.
Tell me about the truck, sir.
The truck, that did happen. My cousin did call me and ask me to get the truck out the tow yard. I was the one that got the truck out the tow yard, and my auntie, we're not gonna talk about her, but she wanted it back. I don't know where she got this paperwork from. That's not true.
Yeah, how did you become owner, ma'am? That's something.
Well,
crazy.
what happened was
Was the title ever transferred?
it was never
to you?
transferred.
No.
He took the title, and it was still at his house, the keys and the
Do you
the
have
truck.
anything from
That's not
the
true.
previous owner saying
The previous
that you were the
owner,
owner?
she didn't even get it registered. This is who had
Exactly.
it, which
Well,
is
ma'am,
his cousin.
you never became owner, man.
It was
Exactly.
nobody did.
Well, then how
So how
are
am I
you
getting
suing
sued?
him then?
I'm suing him because I bought the vehicle
But
and
he
sold it
wasn't the
behind-
owner, man.
But he still sold
and
the
you're
vehicle.
not the owner either.
But he still sold it and got the money.
Something. All right, you don't own it, so I don't know how he could have taken something from you that
But
you
he
never
did.
owned. You never owned it. What
didn't
part did you
either.
miss? Right. So nobody gets a dime. You didn't own it, and neither did he. So I don't know why we're here. Emotional distress, is that for him hitting you or for him
that's
following
for
you
everything.
around?
Yeah,
when
that's
was
from
that?
Everything. He hit me on October,
All
and
right.
these are voicemails from him calling me. You can
Let's
hear
see
the
it,
audio
please.
if you like to.
Well-
a proof of that. For him not helping me with the kids, I've had to go file
Yeah,
child
well-
support. He refuses to help. I'm
The
not gonna
assault
get
is
nothing.
all I'm going to
just-
consider.
Yeah, it's
Assault.
all
How
that. I'm
did-
just stressed.
What property
Yes.
did she steal from you, sir? Sir, what property
Okay,
did she steal
stole
from
all
you?
of my clothes on Easter Sunday. I called the police. She dropped the kids off to me Friday before Easter. She dropped the kids off with me. Then on Easter Sunday, a guy down the street seen me with another female, so he called her cousin, who he talks to. She immediately jumped in her car, came all the way over to my residence when I was going to the store, took all my belongings, and then called me on the phone and told me she done it. I said, oh yeah. So I went in the house, seen all my things was gone. I called 911. An officer came there. I explained to them what happened. He asked me where she was. I said, she don't stay in St. Louis. She stay in Springfield, Missouri. And I said, okay, she left the kids here. She took my belongings, but didn't take the kids. So if I'm a deadbeat father and all this, why do I have my kids with me? That's what I'm telling the officer. We had a nice conversation.
How much cash was it?
I had maybe $500-600 in my wallet.
Okay, let me
And
see
all
the
of my
items
property.
that you have, ma'am. He sounds very
They
convincing.
didn't
What
put
do
it
you
in
say
the
to that?
property.
He also
That's
said he
enough.
works too, sir.
So he never.
I didn't say I
Where he
worked.
get this money
I didn't
from?
say I
'Cause
worked
he
not
don't work.
one
He's
time.
not worked in years.
I did not say
He
I
has
was
Where'd you get the
working. I say I
$500?
was
Where'd you get
shot.
the
Where these clothes coming
$500?
from?
I say I was shot. My uncle gave it to me. My uncle gave it to me because I had to leave her residency because she had me arrested. She had me arrested for false charges. She didn't want me to stay in the property, so then she recalled them and told them that I put my hands on her to have me arrested.
Says that he was not going to let her take her son until he got his ID and some clothing
And my
back.
clothing.
So he is telling the police, ma'am, that he admits to not wanting to return the children until you give him his clothes. So that suggests you did have his things.
Judge, can I please speak, Judge?
Judge, can I ask a
You've been
question?
talking for a minute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Who broke into his mother's house? And if his kids were at home and I'm supposedly the one that came in there, how was anybody able to take anything? And where
I
was the
have
enforcement?
text messages,
Where is anything?
proof that show that
Where?
she took my belongings
Oh,
and told me
okay.
she sold them
Oh,
to pay
okay.
for
Let's see it, sir.
a credit card.
That's
bill.
the stuff that was at my
That's
house.
proof.
That was the
Let's
stuff
see it.
in my house that I bought.
How
Where
was
you-
that
Plaintiff,
in your
I-
house? That's a call from.
Plaintiff, I hate you forever. You are heartless. I pray you just die. And this is you, and you want money for him from what he said to you.
But listen
Got
to the
it.
voicemail.
Please,
that-
God, no, you listen.
Okay.
Please, God, take him away from this earth. Then you say, I'm just praying for it. I'm going to marry that man and make sure he adopts my kids so we don't ever have to associate ourselves with the boys. You don't want him to associate with his own
Well, I
kids.
was there in my house.
Then I use that money for my credit card
Right, where
bill.
I say I stole
Get
it.
over it and step your game up. Get over what? Me
But
taking
wait
your
a minute.
things.
Be
Wait.
reasonable.
Your
Be
claim is
honest.
dismissed. Your claim is dismissed.
Honest.
And yours is granted. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
What he say? You was wrong.
Yes, sir. That's bologna, and I don't even like bologna. I like turkey ham. Thank you. I don't eat bologna anymore, and you're full of it.
But you the one living in your mama house.
Yes, I am, because you
the
put
one
me
that's
out
struggling.
because
that's you the one
I'm a
that's
druggie.
scared to go outside and
Well,
just
why
got
is
beat
my
up by
kids
your
with me
nephew.
right now? Why is my kids
Because
at my
your
mama
mama
house
begged
right now?
for 'em.
Oh, did I
Okay.
beg
But
for
where
them?
you at right
Yes,
now?
because I
Oh,
begged
okay.
for them so
Please
my
stop
kids
calling
can
me.
be with their
Please
father.
stop calling me.
Yes,
All
I
right,
will.
Thank you.
Have my kids call me, please. Still love you. Thank you.